Abu, that is the executive governor of the state, a man of great conviction and a man who believes in transformation. The chairman of the Government of Your Excellency, sir. Thank you very much. And of course, another excellency who has taken farming to another level. Even though my state owns the farmer governor. But let me say that Jigawa State is truly doing very well in turning that state into an agrarian state. Your exploit in the wheat, dry season wheat farming is remarkable. And it might interest us to know that when you check the revenue generation in subnational, I think in terms of export, Jigawa State is topping that particular list. But very soon, I'm challenging Your Excellency. The farmer government is trying to overturn that, but I think we are trying our best to make sure it is good. For what of time permit me to stand on already established protocol, my colleagues are aware of others, and most importantly, I don't know whether there are farmers here or it is just environmentalists. But if there are farmers here, maybe let me say, no farmer. You see, there are no plenty farmers here. Because if you say no farmer, no nation. Thank you very much for having me. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for us in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, we believe this project, the ACReSAL project, is well intentioned, and this event, which is designed to validate and endorse the strategic catchment management plan, is well endorsed by us in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. And let me commend the FPC for his untiring efforts. The work you have been doing has been very commendable. But of course, you couldn't have achieved this if your TTL and co-TTL have not also given you massive support. So thank you very much. One thing with projects is sometimes implementation can drag on. But you need people who have the networking, the resilience also to at least network among stakeholders and resolve very complex, sometimes what I choose to call wicked problems. Because there are some problems that you better just describe as wicked problems. You just don't know why they are there, but they are there and you have to deal with them. So for us, we are very happy. And let me say also that collaboration is the watchword of your project design. And inclusivity is also another watchword. These two elements have been demonstrated here in this past speakers. It is clear that you truly understood when you say you want to transform a catchment area. You are not just looking at an environment, you are looking at the people who represent that particular catchment. People who believe that is their heritage, people who get their livelihood from whatever that environment has to offer. And you know, the impact of the degradation of the environment, more than 70% is not coming from them necessarily. And I think that explains why a project like this is quite apt, and we want to encourage you to keep on the good work. For us, as part of this collaboration, we want to acknowledge that we have a complementary project, the Farmer Soil Health Scheme, which is designed to get farmers to understand that every single inch of the soil you are going to plant on if you understand it, you are going to get more productivity. And I think the soil health gas scheme in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is one of the grand pillar projects that is designed to increase the yield of Nigerian farmers, because like we all know, our population is growing. Food has to grow to exceed our population growth. And because of increasing urbanization, the agricultural land is shrinking. What that means is that we must have higher yield or higher productivity per acre or per hectare of land. And to do that, it means we must begin to adopt very smart technologies, or what has been collectively termed climate smart agriculture. And I'm happy that the Director General of the National Climate Council is here, live and direct in this particular event. Whatever is happening here is linked directly to our national contribution and effort in the climate change action plan. And I think this is commendable, and we should support ACReSAL in all respects. A key driver of ACReSAL's success, like I've said earlier, is collaboration, and therefore we must foster partnerships among both federal, states, and local governments. And I'm happy that you are recognizing the value of our traditional institutions. Your Royal Highnesses, thank you very much for the patience. They have always been patient. From morning to evening, they sit down in one place listening to issues coming from all left, right, and corner. You've described some as doctors, some as engineers, some as everything. The Royal Fathers, they combine this when they sit on their stool every day, because the problems that are coming all over are around those things. So having them to support at that level is also very key. And I think we must encourage this level of inclusivity. And I'm happy that some women groups have come here to also tell their own side of the story. That is the element of inclusivity. And in all respects, we need to be very intentional and deliberate. And I think you should begin to provide some numbers to the inclusivity we want to achieve in this ACReSAL project. Because we do respect, my experience as a politician representing people, all success that are recorded, the higher percentage is those ones that are attached to the women. So I want to encourage you to do that. Your Excellency is looking at me here. I'm sure the story I'm telling resonates very well with their stories, because when the women group say they will do something, when you come back tomorrow and they give you a time, when you come there, you see them there, they will do it. That's with due respect to the men, please. But we have to say the truth. So I want to encourage that for us, food security is key. And we are trying to restore distressed and degraded environments. The key to doing that is that they should have household food security for their families. And I think as we do this, let's begin to look at areas where we can strongly collaborate more, so that we can have some synergy with the programs we also will be carrying out within the context of supporting productivity increases by our citizens. Finally, as we validate this catchment plan, let us remain steadfast in our collective vision of a resilient and food secure Nigeria. The President, our amiable President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has just unveiled his budget today. And the budget is that of restoration. So, how lucky can you be? ACReSAL is about restoring degraded land. So you can see one side. That project is about securing prosperity for Nigeria. And by restoring and greening the environment, ACReSAL is helping to improve the livelihoods of families around these communities. So we are also doing restoration. With this, I think it's not an accident. This is because we are in a period of renewed hope, and the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is designed to definitely solve the myriads of problems that we are having. With these few comments, I want to assure you that you have our support at all times, and we strongly endorse the implementation of this very important, strategic plan, because the areas involved is definitely one of our